Hello everyone, Simon here with a game review of A Glider's Journey. A Glider's Journey was made by two people and is available on PC. It mixes together beautiful low poly aesthetic, which you know I love and adore from previous games I've reviewed, although this one evokes some really beautiful effects with it. And it mixes it with really hardcore simulation gliding physics to create a really interesting experience where everything in the game evokes peace, tranquility and calm, except the gameplay. This game I found really difficult. The developer was really kind enough for me to send across a copy for review, and really appreciate that. I can only review as far as I've ever got up to with this game because you need to get good, and I can't get good at this game for love nor money. There's 4 different difficulties for you to choose from, and there are 15 levels for you to go through. Each level will have a track that you can kind of glide through to collect power-ups to then give you more wind boosts to get to the next one. Once you've collected all of the power-ups, and in later levels lit up all of the circles that you have to fly through, the landing pad will change from red to blue, and then you can land on it and complete the level. However, the technical skill that you need to get there is immense, and the difficulty is steep, and it starts steep and it ramps up and up and up and up and up, to the point where, particularly on normal and easy mode, I didn't even try hard because I was failing so hard at normal I didn't even give it a look. When you go through it, if you've got something even a tiny bit wrong with your steering alignment, you'll stall out of the sky, you'll clip something, be it a tree or the outer edge of a ring, or even like the ground from above you, because sometimes you're flying through caves and stuff like that. One touch from anything and it's game over, and you've got to restart that level again. Levels will quite often start out with a really beautiful serene section, and then it will go like hardcore nuts, and it's always like the very last bit is the really hard stuff. So quite often you'll be like hitting repeat and being like, for the first minute I'm good, I'm fine. And then all of a sudden you'll be like, no! Like echoes into oblivion. So I dropped it down to very easy mode. And thankfully, very easy mode takes away quite a lot of the difficulty in terms of like the gliding physics. But you still got to steer really well. Otherwise, you'll drop out of the sky and stall. And still, I struggled. So I've only seen half the game. Most of the gameplay footage you'll see is just me failing constantly over and over again. A bit like a metaphor of my life. But yeah, I feel like it was me not getting good rather than the game being so ridiculously difficult that it was like a rage quit game. I've seen other people's gameplay footage and they've all kind of said, look, it's frustrating, yes you do need to get good and yes you'll build it up over time, but they're progressing way better than I have done. So it's clearly me struggling in terms of being poor at the game rather than the game being poor at the difficulty. That being said though, there's a couple of things that are worthwhile pointing out if you are diving into this game. Firstly, there's a demo. Do take a look, because I think this game, where it juxtaposes the calm serenity of stuff and you're like, that's going to be really cute, and then you're going to be screaming at it as you repeat the same level for the 50th time, it might not necessarily be for you. And if you're looking for something more relaxing, I would recommend Feather, which I've reviewed on my channel before, the multiplayer bird game where you can just fly around. The issue with that is that there's no particular goals, whereas with A Glider's Journey it is goal orientated. You have to hit everything perfectly, otherwise the level is over. So if you're after the challenge, this is the game to go for. What I will say though is that you'll need to tinker around with the option settings to get your sensitivity right. The game's default sensitivity is too lax, so you end up doing too much of a wide turning circle around things, and so you smack into rings, rocks, walls and stuff like that, and I was like, why? It's impossible. And then when I tinkered around with the sensitivity settings, I was able to take things much tighter because it was much more reactive, and you could steer much more better. The issue with that was that it was so jarringly like, because I was less smooth with my thumb. It was starting to give me almost a little bit of motion sensitivity sickness, which is something that I suffer from in day-to-day life anyway. I still don't travel in cars particularly because I get motion sickness, so that's probably going to be a me thing rather than a otherworldly thing. On the graphics front though, I absolutely adore the way how they've done the low polygon environments. I love the way how the grass and corn and stuff flows around. It evokes Flower PS3 in the way how you've got hundreds of things like moving around to the breeze of what you've done. And more recently on PS4, a game called Air, AER. I thought it looks stunning, and for a 2-person dev team to have pulled all of that together, I think is really impressive. Similarly, the music really fits the theme as well of the calm and serenity stuff. I'd have liked them to have added on maybe like a little just fly around and enjoy yourself zone, and I think that would have been my only other thing that's missing from this game. So yeah, A Glider's Journey, out now, recommended for challenge fiends, but if you're going to go in being a bit rubbish like me, you'll be frustrated. So thanks for watching. Any comments or questions or rage quitting stories, leave them below, and I'll catch you soon. Toodles! Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a collection of media projects ran by me. If you like what you see and want to find out more, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support can make so much more possible, be that a like, a comment, a share, or a pledge. Thanks for watching.